What's the I behind the I am? Who's the me behind the eye through which I see? Am I the watcher, or is there something else that's wanting to be seen through me? I've accumulated all these things, artifacts, possessions, names. They try to tell the tale of me, but I am holding on to thinking there's a little bit more to the story. Well, I know I'm not the name you say, the things I own, the roles I play. I know there's something breathing me. If you take away my name and you take away these things, you're left with only awesomeness, the essence that I came here with, the everything, the I am, the I am. But here I stand, my conviction strong and clear. And I admit to listening to these whispers in my ear. You might call me crazy, but you know you do it too. 'Cause you know that there's a voice behind a voice in you. Well, I know I'm not the name you say, the things I own, the characters I play. I know there's something breathing me. And if you take away my name and you take away these things, you're left with only awesomeness, the essence that I came here with, the everything, the I am, the I am. Well, I know I'm not the moon that my fingers pointing to, and I know that I'm not separate from any one of you. It's an elementary game, an energy exchange, the raging river, life's grand giver of everything that I am. Life's expression, soul-bound connection, pure reflection of all that is divine. I am the muse, I am imbued with a golden hue of light. Well, I am love, it's what I'm of. I am above, I am below, this much I know. I am this moment, I am that moment, I'm everywhere, no beginning, no end. And it's weaving in you, breathing in me, this ever-present everything I am. And I am, you are, we be. 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 And I am, you are, we. What's the I behind the I the me behind the eye through which I see? Am I the watcher, or is there something else that's wanting to be seen through me? I've accumulated all these things, artifacts, possessions, names. They try to tell the tale of me, but I am holding on to thinking there's a little bit more to the story. Well, I know I'm not the name you say, the things I own, the roles I play. I know there's something breathing me. If you take away my name and you take away these things, you're left with only awesomeness, the essence that I came here with, the everything, the I am, the I am. And here I stand, my conviction strong and clear. And I admit to listening to these whispers in my ear. You might call me crazy, but you know you do it too. 'Cause you know that there's a voice behind the voice in you. Well, I know I'm not the name you say, the things I own, the characters I play. I know there's something breathing me. And if you take away my name and you take away these things, you're left with only awesomeness, the essence that I came here with, the everything, the I am, the I am. Well, I know I'm not the moon that my fingers pointing to, and I know that I'm not separate from any one of you. It's an elementary game, an energy exchange, the raging river, life's grand giver of everything that I am. Life's expression, soul-bound connection, pure reflection of all that is divine. I am the muse, I am imbued with a golden hue of light. Well, I am love, it's what I'm of. I am above, I am below, this much I know. I am this moment, I am that moment, I'm everywhere, no beginning, no end. And it's weaving in you, breathing in me, this ever-present everything I am. And I am, you are, we be. 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 And I am, you are, we.
Welcome to the Columbia Center for Spiritual Living. Nestled between the Inner Harbor in Baltimore and the National Harbor just south of the nation's capital, the suburban city of Columbia offers easy access to both, where you find no shortage of activities, entertainment, and sightseeing. With a population of approximately 104,000 inhabitants, this thriving, diverse, planned community, developed by James Rouse, was established in 1967 with the goal of enhancing the lives of its residents. Columbia boasts good schools, fine restaurants, private homes, condos, and apartments, hiking trails, music venues, malls, and local shops. Founded in 1983, the Columbia Center for Spiritual Living, also known as CCSL, currently conducts services at the Hawthorne Center in Columbia and has done so since December 1984. Who are we and who are we looking for? We are a collaborative, supportive, loving, and fun-loving community welcoming all who join us. We take pride in the programs we offer and the events we hold. One of our greatest needs now is to rebuild our community into a thriving spiritual home that realizes our full potential. We know that the perfect minister is awaiting our call. Our new minister is creative, collaborative, welcoming, enthusiastic, embodies inclusivity, fosters open and healthy dialogue, embraces and empowers shared leadership, and is committed to pastoral care. Our aspirations are growing our presence in the community at large, as well as within CSL, developing a broader equity and inclusion focus, increasing volunteerism, rebuilding thriving youth and teen programs, creating a community abundant in membership and resources. We also are committed to continuing and enhancing existing programs, such as the Women's Group, the Bookstore, SOM Magazine Group, SOM accredited classes, workshop offerings, free or low-cost foundation classes, and our annual volunteer event, Thanksgivingness. Welcome to the Columbia Center.
Good morning. My name is Julia Mattis, and I am the president of the Board of Trustees, the co-leader of the Women's Group, and a licensed practitioner here at Columbia Center for Spiritual Living. And my pronouns are she, her, and hers. Wow, happy September, and welcome to our Sunday celebration. And welcome to those of you that are joining us from near and far, whether live or on this rebroadcast. So welcome to those of you on Facebook. We would greatly appreciate it if you would share this live stream on your Facebook page to bring more of us together in the energy of spirit. I'll pause for you to do that right now. All you have to do is hit that little share button down in the corner. Ah, wonderful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Our work as a community is to illuminate the spiritual truth that we all belong to each other. And in that, we advocate for the honoring of diversity, equity, and inclusion with respect to ability status, age, ethnicity, gender identity, national origin, physical characteristics, race, religion, and sexual orientation. At Columbia CSL, we discover the truth of who we are through our vision of contributing to a world that works for everyone. We are a diverse spiritual community of belonging and growth, sharing the light and joy within ourselves while learning to see it in others. And as we begin our service today, I'll just ask you to take a deep breath, deep cleansing breath, and set an intention for the week. Allow yourself to sink into the feeling of that intention right now as you open to receive Spirit's guidance throughout our time together this morning. And for those of you on Facebook, feel free to share your intention in the chat so that we can support you today and the rest of the week with that. And we have a saying here, singing or listening to music is like praying twice. So we begin each service with a song. And this week, we are very blessed to have a first-time singer-songwriter, Sandy Harris. Sandy is well known for her 25-year contribution to gospel and R&B with songs predominantly purposed to share positive messages of uplift, resilience, and encouragement for all humankind. As a member of the Sounds of Blackness, a contemporary group telling the stories of African American culture and heritage, the group has received 3 Grammy Awards, along with several other awards, including the NAACP, Stellar and Soul Train Awards. We are eager and excited to bring her rich and soulful voice to us today. Please help me welcome Sandy Harris.
Things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light. That I have made, or any of the things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of the dream I left behind. I am light. I am light. I am light. Yes, I am light. The color of my eyes, I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age, I am not my race, my soul inside is all light, all light. Divinity divine. I am the God on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it all. I am light.
Oh, wow. What a wonderful way to kick off our morning service this morning. Thank you, Sandy, for that amazing, uplifting song. As our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, taught, in principle, the great religions of the world do not differ as much as they appear to. That is why we take time each month at the beginning of the month to recognize and honor a variety of religions as sacred paths to God. And I now invite licensed practitioner Rebecca Bell to lead us in Breaths of Faith this morning. Rebecca?
Thank you, Julia. Good morning. So let us breathe together as we honor each faith. As we take the first breath, we honor Christianity as a path of love and forgiveness. As we take in the second breath, we honor Buddhism as a path of compassion and Four Noble Truths. As we take in the third breath, we honor Judaism as the path of ethical living through sacred law. As we take in the fourth breath, we honor Baha'i as a path of unity and peace. As we take in the fifth breath, we honor Islam as the path of surrendering to the will of God as the highest calling. As we take in the sixth breath, we honor Confucianism as the path of deliberate tradition. As we take in the seventh breath, we honor Taoism as the path of harmony and balance. As we take in the eighth breath, we honor the Native American traditions as the path of that recognizes and honors spirit in all tradition and all of creation. As we take in the ninth breath, we honor Shintoism as a path of optimism and the inherent goodness of humanity. As we take in the 10th breath, we honor Hinduism as a path of knowledge, action, and devotion. As we take in the 11th breath, we honor Akan as the path that honors the divine, ancestors, and nature. As we take in the 12th breath, we honor our own faith, the science of mind and heart, as the path of adherence to universal spiritual law and transformation through the commitment to our spiritual practices. And as we take in the final breath, we invite you to hold sacred any and all faiths in all their multiplicity by knowing love as the higher power that guides them all.
And so it is. Thank you, Rebecca, for that sacred practice and for leading us in the Breaths of Faith this month. So now, let us consciously engage in spiritual practice together. I invite you to settle in, center yourself in this moment now, and find that sacred, still place within where spirit is all there is. We will have a contemplative reading by Mindy Derrick, and then a guided affirmation and meditation and prayer by licensed practitioner Rebecca Bell.
The Gift of Silence by Jeffrey Seeley, Science of Mind Daily Guide, September 2022. Our reading begins with this observation from Jiddu Krishnamurti. Have you noticed that love is silence? It may be while holding a hand of another, or looking lovingly at a child, or taking in the beauty of an evening. Love has no past or future, so it is with this extraordinary state of silence. Then Ernest Holmes, in Science of Mind, page 329, reminds us, God is not the author of confusion, but of peace. Seeley, beginning this article, asks, are you aware of all the noise that fills the day, the noise that blares from the television to tell what we are not aware of that is happening? Have you read words that fill social media sites expressing polarizing views into some of our world's most complex and pressing challenges? Those written words can echo through our internal temple and reverberate through our experience. Have you listened to the opinions provided by colleagues, community members, friends, and families that at times may hinder the way you see yourself or the way you interact with this sacred moment? These spoken words might be shared with good intentions, but can create barriers, preventing us from finding the seed of belief within ourselves. This external noise can easily occupy our consciousness because it appears to be constant. What I've found is that just beneath this external noise is an incredible gift. You see, in order for noise to exist, there must be first a foundation of silence. This foundation is ever present, and within it is the doorway to the divine. Behind all situations, beneath all difficulties and conflicts, just beyond the noises, where we hear our minds create, is the still place of silence. As you move through this day, take some time and be mindful of this space within. Here, your highest self awaits. Please now join me in this affirmation. I am connected to the sacred silence within, where eternal peace, compassion, and love reside. And so it is. Namaste.
So beautiful. As we move into meditation and prayer on this beginning of September, beginning of a new season, I'm called by this quote from Dr. Maya Angelou. We delight in the beauty of the butterfly, but rarely admit the changes it has gone through to achieve that beauty. As we breathe in together, let's just center ourselves in this moment, honoring the beauty of the now, of the presence. Taking a moment to just feel what beauty feels like in the body as you breathe in and release. Breathing in life. And breathing out that carbon dioxide that our bodies don't use, but that everything else in creation does. This is life. This symbiotic relationship that changes. The beauty. The beauty of this moment that takes into consideration all the changes and all the work and the movement to bring us here to this moment. Taking a moment to honor all that has come before in a rest, in the silence of honoring our past, our present, the now. For as we explore this idea of wholeness, wholeness is all there is. The past, the present, the future, the now. All of this is wholeness. And it is embodied in this breath, in this moment, in this word. And we'll anchor this through and with an affirmative prayer. With this knowing and this complete conviction that there is nothing but God. God is the energy, the spark, and the seed and the growth and the development. God is all there is. And we each are one with that God. We are individualized expressions of the God. We are all one part of the all. We belong to each other because we belong to God. God is us and we are God. And what I know is that as we honor this present moment, we can take a moment and just rest. Rest in the work that we have done. Rest in the joy and the love, in the everything that has happened that got us here. Rest in that. And be fortified, knowing that as we honor each other through this service, through our belief, through our prayer, through our community, that we take this rest, this love, this God, and move through our lives even more of ourselves, even more conscious of this God, even more conscious of this love, even more conscious of the change and development and beauty that is. That is God, is the recognition and the gratitude of the beauty that is, of the truth that is, of the God that is. And so let us consciously say thank you. Thank you, God, for this moment. Thank you, God, for this recognition of beauty. Thank you, God, for this recognition of community. Thank you, God, for the experience of love, of joy, of I amness, of lightness. Thank you. Thank you. That is the greatest honoring and prayer we could possibly give. So we plant the seed of gratitude into the soil of the law that says yes, yes, yes. And we'll release this word with great love. And together we say, and so it is.
And so it is indeed. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you to Mindy for that amazing, beautiful reading, and to Rebecca for that powerful, powerful meditation and affirmation and affirmative prayer. Whew. Would you love to have more of that sacred spiritual connection with yourself? Our practitioners and ministers are eager to support you in living from this place all the time. How'd you like that? All the time. Feel free to email your request for prayer or counseling to prayer@columbiacsl.com, and we will hold your truth in prayer throughout the week. And now it's my pleasure to once again bring back Sandy Harris to give us some more amazing music for the soul. Sandy?
Black butterfly, you can do most anything your heart desires. Freedom comes with understanding who you are. It's time to reclaim your place among the stars. Spread your wings and black butterfly. Anything. You got to know who you are. Oh yeah. Among the stars. Awakening. A genius has been asleep too long. A people with a beauty rich and strong. A heritage that rates second to none. Original. Your qualities don't change them to fit in. Now that you're on top, just keep rising. Experience new light, be born again. anything. You've got to know who you are, oh yeah, among the stars. What's going on, truth not revealed unless you choose to see. Past generations lost in history to hide our culture and identity. Keep your pride, keep your pride. You can't be another color butterfly. So when you shine, let everybody see your light. 'Cause you know out of sight means out of mind. Oh, 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 hey, ooh, yeah. Oh, black butterfly, yeah, black butterfly. You got to know who you are, oh yeah, black butterfly, black butterfly. You can do most anything your heart desires. Freedom comes with understanding who you are. It's time to reclaim your place among the stars. Spread your wings and fly.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Sandy. That was beautiful. And now introducing our new monthly theme of healthy, wealthy, and wise, I am delighted to introduce today's speaker, Reverend Dr. Nadene Rogers, with her message, Fit for Life and Loving It. Dr. Nadene.
Thank you so much. Good morning, Columbia CSL. And to those of you tuning in from far and wide, you are welcome here. I'm so grateful to be with you this morning. You know, I was remembering how many years, how many talks, how many keyholes I've pulled myself through in this beautiful spiritual journey of learning to love myself. And so, you know, we come together to explore new ways to think about who we are and all that is possible in life to experience by means of us. So yes, we begin a new monthly theme. September is Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise, which I believe will turn us towards how we as people can really only know ourselves as creation itself. It's time, is it not? No longer is there God and I, but simply and truthfully, I am. Synthesizing who we believe we are in relationship with the concepts of healthy, wealthy, and wise, I think reinforces the source existing within and as each one of us. Together, we will address new self-perceptions that will allow us to consciously choose and receive greater prosperity in our lives across the board. I'm sure many of you are familiar with author Richard Rohr, and he tells us the true purpose of mature religion is to lead you to ever new experiences of your true self. If religion does not do this, it is junk religion. Every sacrament, every Bible story, every church service, every sermon, every hymn, every bit of priesthood, ministry, or liturgy is for one purpose: to allow you to experience your true self. who you are in God and who God is in you, and to live a generous life from that infinite source. So I invite you, while I'm sharing this message, to think about what would taking my next step as being the source of my own prosperity look and feel like. It is uncommon to define prosperity as sourced within the power of each individual. With such diversity amidst the globe and the economy the way it is today, and each of our unique daily situations that affect our lives. But the universal laws have long since stated it is done unto us as we believe. And according to numerous living examples of prosperity consciousness, it is indeed so. Dr. Ernest Holmes, our founder, purveyor of the man-universe connection, and most known as the founder of the teachings of Science of Mind, reflects in Jesus's prayer to an indwelling spirit, as he states, "There is no place where God is not. We are whole, complete, and perfect just the way we are." This same concept enabled Job to exclaim, and I love this one, "In my flesh shall I see God." So in my flesh, meaning as my flesh, shall I not know, but see or perceive or experience and feel the presence, God. So today I chose the idea fit for life and loving it, living in a way that has us feel as though we are healthy, wealthy, and wise, and that no matter what is happening or happening around us, we can still love life as it is. You know, a life that is cultivated through pronouncing the unlimited. Think about that. Living a life that is cultivated through pronouncing the unlimited rather than focusing on renouncing the lack in order to be self-sufficient, self-responsible, self-accountable, free human beings. And we must be this in order to be free. We have nothing to lose, only something of great import and magnificence about our own truth of being to gain. And I'll throw in, of course, one of my favorites: we have nothing to fix or heal, only something to reveal, to experience in our journey into wholeness, right? As every aspect of lack thereof plays into our demonstration of movement forward in our lives and within any family, within any community or any organization, it therefore so too plays into, as the recognition of our truth received and embodied within our revelation of our spiritual truth, moving forward. So whether we believe in lack, whether we believe in the unlimited source expressing as us, it will always demonstrate out in our movement forward in our own lives. So fit for life brings us into that awareness that we're not special. We're not, but we are unique. That we can be in two places or many places at once, evolving our consciousness, meaning that one door needn't close in order for another to open. Fit for life brings us into the awareness that pain pushes and vision pulls us. That when we experience being pulled is painful, when we feel an overwhelm from having been in the mystery, the unknown, the unfamiliar for too long, that we often look to the familiar to grasp, to gain balance, but knowing that we can never really go backwards because our expanded consciousness from being pulled by our vision will continue, and it will not let us remain too long running our old behaviors. We can count on that. Fit for life is remembering that there is that within us that knows it knows, that is always active, no matter what we're thinking or doing. Now, ironic as it is, and many can relate to this, that as we intend and see movement away from the pain of our old thoughts and ways, they can still press up against us. And we at this time can fail to see our progress and feel the divine discomfort of our growth and have thoughts of reversing our direction, right? It's a natural inclination. But I like to remember at moments like this, and I actually had one yesterday as I was driving to a wedding to a place way up in the back 40 in a place called Summerland, BC. I like to remember that this feeling is like driving to a place I've never been before. The journey seems so long, much longer than it does coming back home, doesn't it? And I think that's why it's natural. We keep being pulled. It's like a rubber band being stretched and stretched and stretched. At one point we say, I don't want to stretch anymore. I can't stretch anymore. And we let go of the vision, the focus. What happens, right? Right back to where we began, but we're not right back. Someone once said to me, I am becoming the opening through which others experience the presence of God. Say that to yourself. I am becoming the opening through which others experience the presence of God. Sharam Shiva from Thief of Sleep says this, with the beloved's water of life, no illness remains. In the beloved's rose garden of union, no thorn remains. They say there is a window from one heart to another. So how can there be a window where no wall remains? As humans, I like to think of us as map-making creatures, operating from a map that most often is outdated. Life, the territory described by the map, moves so quickly. And this means that the map drifts away from the territory, eventually becoming more of a freestanding artifact than really a useful guide. When there's that wide gap between the map and life, the person who made the map feels uncomfortable. It has been a nice map, and worked well for 5 minutes or 50 years, right? And now it doesn't work. Some data are disconfirming the map. In this situation, humans have two choices. One is a path of discovery in which the map is abandoned or redrawn over and over and over and over again. The other path is the one in which the more doubts you have about a map, the more strongly you insist that it is accurate. Because we are a human being, if we follow the latter path, we will be in conflict in our heart. Think of the map as a story we make up, fictional ideas that serve our need at the time to be right about something, about anything. And when we blame others or ourselves, or we guess or assume a reason, these are examples of made-up stuff. This is our use of God-mind creating. We create the drama of life. Actually, we create art. And there's no wrong in this, but when we begin to think this work of art is real, we begin to suffer. Why? Because infinite intelligence is not static. It is infinite in ideas and ever fluid. And when our hearts are in conflict and we remain defending our map, we are burnt by what often seems to be the fires of hell. My friend Doug Craig says, Reverend Doug says, hell in the hallways, between the intention, point A, the vision, being pulled to the manifestation of the vision. Hell in the hallways. We escape with seared edges in the knowing and applying of these new ideas in old situations. This is use of an unlimited source of intelligence. This is how it goes. And the results are the undermining of our fictional stories, our maps that once served us, that can no longer keep up with our innate connection with life as it grows and expands. Let's look at relationship as an example. Can you imagine a life without disliking anything or anyone? Maybe that is your life. A life lived like that, I think, is sure to bring us closer to giving and receiving love, kindness, nurturing, trust. Perhaps a life lived without dislike would actually tear down every wall formerly felt and seen worldwide. I see my love with my map, or I see my love without my map. I see my job or my spiritual community or my minister or my new business deal with my map, my old ways of thinking, or with faith in a divine, orderly, and affirmatively responsive universe that moves by the initiation of the beliefs I choose. The difference between what is and our map is what creates the conflicting feelings. So the first thing I ask myself when someone doesn't seem to be beautiful, so go back to a time when you thought of a person as not very beautiful, right? So the first thing I ask myself is, why do I think they are not beautiful? And very shortly, I discover there is no reason. You know, we're drawn to beauty in the world, in others, because we find a connection to that quality of spirit within us. We are also drawn because something within us seeks it. Equally, we are drawn to the pain of the world for the same reasons. And Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise directly speaks to creating true relationships. And this speaks to how we use the law of mind in action, as and through our decisions to do so. Often, we use the law of mind in action to repeat our cycles of suffering. So I want to share with you again from my good buddy, my colleague, Reverend Doug Craig, who created a course from his own life lessons entitled Self-Sabotage. I was a prisoner of my own mind. Now, I took this course, and in it, he had a wonderful explanation of how it is possible for our objective mind to pull oneself and the other into relationship together and merge both as one idea in the mind of God. So he referred to it as the three-prong cycle of pain. Now, as I share this, you are welcome to change out the word pain with grief or sadness, loss, even love, as within the feeling of pain is love waiting to be revealed. It doesn't matter what feeling or word you use. The three-pronged cycle will still illustrate how you bring yourself as a separate entity into the relationship with the other and merge as one in the idea of God. So it goes like this. Someone I love does or says something to me that causes me hurt. Now, since I create my reality, the truth here is that I have, through the law of attraction, created the exact reflective energy outside of me that causes me to hurt. So who is the cause of the hurt feelings? Yeah, me. Now, if I inquire into my ways of being with me, I will find that I am the perpetrator upon myself and have drawn to myself the perfect mirror with which to see more clearly. Now, one might think or believe it stops there, but no, it's not so. In this model, the cycle prongs of pain, there is one more relationship. And it is the relationship whereby the beliefs that about myself caused the hurt reflected back to me by someone else's actions are also present in my being the perpetrator upon someone else. Through the law of mind in action, both myself and the others have been brought together as the reflection of my own belief. And since I think with the mind of God, in the way I do through my own filter and perception, there is only one of me in the room. Now, we must acknowledge that this power within us is the infinite intelligence, and it plays a constant role as the source of all that we attract and repel with our energy, our words, and our actions. That is why love or pain or grief or sadness or anger is a three-way street, right? We are not alone. So how do we change this three-pronged cycle in our lives? We start with the reframing of the beliefs about ourselves as valuing ourselves, our deservingness, our ability, our birthright. When we change our consciousness, our actions towards others will reflect that change back to us, as will the actions of others upon us. Remember, there is only one mind, and that mind is my mind, your mind, now. And it is the love that I am, both inside and out. How many times a day do we cross that great divide from what is wholly known within us and what we temporarily seek after in order to make ourselves whole? Okay, I'm going to say that one again. Probably because it took me many years to bring this together in a cohesive thought. How many times a day do we cross the great divide from what is wholly known within us and what we temporarily seek after in order to make ourselves whole? Fit for life and loving it begins with a decision to be the love you want to have and see in the world. Then it takes the courage to set aside your old map and in the moment of new opportunity, despite the divine discomfort we may be feeling, apply this new idea. The solution of any difficulty is as near as our next thought. All the ideas of the infinite mind await our claim upon them. And it is, excuse me, it is a truth of the greatest importance. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. There is not something physical to be done. Often we want to move into or motor on into doing this busyness, but this is the time when we need to pause and stop. There's not something physical to be done. There is only a new idea to be thought, right? And when we're busy, we can't think it, or we're not in the present moment, and still we can't download the new thought. All actions, all exchanges of love are dependent first on the thought. The greatest understanding is that life delivers itself into our capacity to receive it. And as a thinker, you think thoughts, and thus you have the key for controlling all the exchange of love that takes place within you, as you, and around you. We are not the moth that blindly moves towards the flame. We have choice to create true relationships in our lives starting now with ourselves, starting with creating new ideas that embrace love and beauty and the goodness that we are. Herein is a pure point of consciousness on the spiritual blueprint of infinite possibility rather than a speck on a static map of hope. Eckhart Tolle states, if the quality of our consciousness creates our reality, then what creates the quality of our consciousness? So as we practice the right use of this law of mind in action, The law of our own being in our subconscious mind changes, and we are up-leveling the quality of our consciousness. And when this happens, we start getting our mind and our body in the same space at the same time. And this is what we need to feel connected in order to feel alive. You know, Joseph Campbell says, people say that what we're all seeking is a meaning of life. I think we're really seeing it is an experience of being alive, so that our life experiences on a purely physical plane will have resonance with our innermost being in reality, so that we can actually feel the rapture of being alive. The rapture of being alive. Having our mind and our body in the same place at the same time solves about 99% of the matter. The other 1%, of course, is what we decide to do with it, right? So what happens inside your mind when I say those words? Our true health, our wealth, is based on the principle that God is life, and that this life is our life now. We can't create it, we can't destroy it. Even when we're in the throes of illness or discomfort or disease or divine discomfort, our health pattern remains as a spiritual pattern in our subconscious mind, and it awaits our recognition and our actual decision that it shall again become operative. It can't be ignored, and it can be ignored and even denied, but it can never, ever be destroyed. And because we have been created out of this perfect whole life, each of us is health, not healthy, is health. Each of us is life, not merely alive. And each of us is the infinite intelligence, not just the thinker. Each of us, a glorious means by which infinite experience as spirit acts on the plane of the finite. We are the taker of the infinite in order to be the giver to the finite. We are the taker of the infinite in order to be the giver to the finite. So we've been given perfect health, perfect wealth. As the essence of our beingness, are we going to take it? There is a spiritual wealth of healing power within us, waiting our affirmative call upon it. And it begins its perfect work when we decide to be health and wealth and think as health and wealth would think. Dr. Holmes reminds us that the fundamental principle of our whole teaching is that we live in a self-existent universe, self-sustaining, self-energizing, self-perpetuating, self-knowing, self-acting, and that the entire manifestation of life exists for the delight of its creator. So let us leave here today knowing we're not here to get saved. We're not lost. We're not broken. We are not here even to glorify God. God isn't that much out of material. We're here to be fit for life. We are here to express that which is. As we account for all those inward feelings that we have, nebulous, incoherent at times, sometimes nearer the surface than at other times. A steady, persistent, pure wholeness, back of all things, that which divinely urges us to live, to sing, to dance, to express life, to create. Let's do this. We can say yes to life, just as life says yes to us. And as Sandy Harris sang, reclaim our place among the stars. And so it is.
Wow. And so it is. Mind blown this morning. Thank you, Dr. Nadene, for that powerful and inspiring message this morning. I know I'm going to go back and listen to it a few more times. Lots of wonderful nuggets there. Woo! And please join Dr. Nadene after the service today for After Chat to take a deeper dive into today's message. And then next week, as we come together, please join us in person at the Hawthorne Center with Carol Burbank speaking on What's Your Calling? And our guest musician next week is our one and only beloved Felicia Taylor. Yes. And now it is my pleasure to bring back once again the amazing, the talented Sandy Harris.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us, only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Ooh. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one.
Oh, that was so delicious, so delightful. Thank you, Sandy, for that fabulous song. We so appreciate you sharing your amazing gifts and talents with our community. And now it's time for our conscious giving, an opportunity to participate in the amazing law of circulation. We know that we have to receive as well as give, so we invite you to let your divine inner wisdom choose the blessing of joy that calls to you, whether it's one on the screen or something from your higher self. Keep it with you all week long and remember how much you are loved. Wonderful. Now we can complete the law of circulation by giving back. I invite you to invoke the feeling of gratitude through thoughts of infinite possibility right where you are. Allow that to fill you and the space around you. And now let us speak our prosperity affirmation together. I know that the infinite abundance of the universe is blessing and expanding my offering for the good of all. And so it is. We offer easy ways to donate your offering. You can make donations through our website at columbiacsl.com, or you can text your donation to us at 410-498-6175. We gratefully receive your gifts and tithes. Your support means we remain a vital and thriving center, contributing to a world that works for everyone. And last but not least, here are a variety of ways to connect and engage with our fabulous community. The fall education calendar, 3 main courses beginning in September, something for everyone. Plus, we have our amazing and exciting fall concert and live auction coming up on October the 28th. And we are looking for some more fabulous auction items. So please reach out to Dr. Nadene if you have anything that you would like to contribute back to the community for our auction. Links for all of these events can be found on our website calendar at columbiacsl.com/events, or please feel free to email us at info@columbiacsl.com. Lots of great stuff going on. But before we close, as many of you know, our community is in the process of calling in our new spiritual leader. Our candidate package is completed after months of committed hard work by your amazing and terrific ministerial selection committee. And we would like to share with you the video created to accompany this package and give the prospective candidates a real feel for just how wonderful we are. Don?
Welcome to the Columbia Center for Spiritual Living. Nestled between the Inner Harbor in Baltimore and the National Harbor just south of the nation's capital, the suburban city of Columbia offers easy access to both, where you find no shortage of activities, entertainment, and sightseeing. With a population of approximately 104,000 inhabitants, this thriving, diverse, planned community, developed by James Rouse, was established in 1967 with the goal of enhancing the lives of its residents. Columbia boasts good schools, fine restaurants, private homes, condos, and apartments, hiking trails, music venues, malls, and local shops. Founded in 1983, the Columbia Center for Spiritual Living, also known as CCSL, currently conducts services at the Hawthorne Center in Columbia and has done so since December 1984. Who are we and who are we looking for? We are a collaborative, supportive, loving, and fun-loving community welcoming all who join us. We take pride in the programs we offer and the events we hold. One of our greatest needs now is to rebuild our community into a thriving spiritual home that realizes our full potential. We know that the perfect minister is awaiting our call. Our new minister is creative, collaborative, welcoming, enthusiastic, embodies inclusivity, fosters open and healthy dialogue, embraces and empowers shared leadership, and is committed to pastoral care. Our aspirations are growing our presence in the community at large, as well as within CSL, developing a broader equity and inclusion focus, increasing volunteerism, rebuilding thriving youth and teen programs, creating a community abundant in membership and resources. We also are committed to continuing and enhancing existing programs, such as the Women's Group, the Bookstore, SOM Magazine Group, SOM accredited classes, workshop offerings, free or low-cost foundation classes, and our annual volunteer event, Thanksgivingness.
Thank you for showing that, and we so appreciate your continued prayers in support of the right and perfect minister being called to stand with our beloved community. On behalf of our entire community, thank you for being part of our spiritual family and celebration today, and we look forward to seeing you again, hopefully next week in person. At the end of service, we hope that you will check out our announcement slides and our website calendar at columbiacsl.com/events to make sure that you know everything that's going on in our community. And again, please join Dr. Nadene right after service today for our after chat to take a deeper dive into today's amazing message. You can find the link for the after chat either in the Facebook link, or you can actually go to our calendar page and sign up for the link there. And it's now my pleasure to once again bring back Dr. Nadene to close our service with a benediction.
Thanks, Julia. So let's just join together. Take a deep breath of gratitude for this wonderful morning that we've shared, for the life that we give to others, that we're conscious of, that we are impelled with to create even more beauty, more peace, and a feeling of greater connection in this world. Knowing that there truly is that beautiful, pure, untethered expression of the creative, infinite intelligence that is always guiding, guarding, and directing our next thought, our next step, our next breath. Let us rely on that. Let us be that and bring that forward. Trusting ourselves, trusting each other. Having faith that there's a divine order in this universe and a responsive, affirmative, universal law that is always there to say yes and to reflect back our heart's desire. So I leave you today in joy, in gratitude, knowing that you too are a blessing to this world. And so it is. Amen.
May the blessings of God rest upon you. May God's peace abide with you. May God's presence illuminate your heart now and forevermore. May the blessings of God rest upon you. May God's peace abide with you. May God's presence illuminate your heart now and forevermore. May the blessings of God rest upon you. May God's peace abide with you. May God's presence illuminate your heart now and forevermore. May the blessings of God rest upon you. May God's peace abide with you. May God's presence